Okay, so now let's review what we did. We attached a on-physics body entered signal onto the body itself, and we are detecting when we collide with anybody, we're detecting if that body has this variable set. If it has, then we're going to consider that it is a bouncer, a trampoline, and we're going to apply an impulse, which basically means a force in the above direction. So apply central impulse, actually, because we don't want a force that will create angular momentum. So it has to be in the center of the body's weight, body's mass. And yeah, so it needs to be up is Y in Godot. Like this. So it needs to be positive force in the up direction. So that would be 0, 10 times mass, 10 times body, no, 10 times mass. So I like doing this mass thing, because then if you change the mass of the player, this code will keep pushing it the same amount upwards.
Okay. Oh.
Well, that's
the wrong place. I got it. I'll test it. I'll test the scene. Stop. That's Holy Magus's level. Okay. All right. Wow. Where am I in life? Player physics. There, we need this one. I'll reset. All right. Load and okay. All right. Oh, wow. I just bounced off the side. How cool is that? Oh, whoa.
I think we are adding too much force, are we? And
so I don't know, because like it's like a cartoony world. I mean, yeah, technically we are, but at the same time, if we can make this like this weird extreme platformer, right? I mean, this is kind of crazily fun. Wow. I'll say this right now, my fun is multiplied by the amount of extreme bounce.
I think what we can do is, well, two things. One is, well, I hope you are happy that we didn't implement fall damage. And the second thing that we can do is we can obviously lower the amount of the force we're adding to, so that it acts more like a real trampoline. And the second thing that we can do is we can actually kind of limit the maximum height by making the bounce variable, the bounce factor, not 1.0, but making it something like 0.95. Yeah. So
oh my gosh! Look at that! I crashed through.
Oh, you're still there, actually. Wow.
I'm still there, but I crashed through because there is a limit.
That's called bullet physics for you. So
that is the limit.
Let's see if I can quote fix that. So what happened was that bullet physics, the bullet physics engine doesn't like fast moving objects, because it's an engine that tries to be fast, but not very precise. Well, very precise. Yeah, not very precise. So it's trading the speed with which it's allowing you to have, say, 1,000 physics objects in your game without feeling really the performance, decrease. But it's not very precise. If you are flying too fast, you may clip through items. So
well, this has happened a lot. I mean, that's happened with other projects. So okay, so then we do have a limit that we have to account for. Right? I mean,
yeah.
Or so, is there a way to create a slowing down situation when a player hits a certain?
So one way to help fix this is to turn on our character something called continuous collision detection. So this means that if you are not, if continuous collision detection isn't turned on, then if you have, say, a wall like this and you move the character through the wall, if continuous collision isn't on, this will not be detected. You will teleport through the wall. But if you turn on continuous collision detection, this is a more expensive, more precise algorithm that bullet physics will now use, and it will actually detect, look through the whole path of the object, and it will actually detect the collision. So so we can try turning it on. That will fix some of the problem. But what we really want to do is we want to not have the trampoline give you infinite energy the more you jump off of it. So
Well, you know what you gave me. I think that now we have two types of trampolines. I think we should create a controlled trampoline, and I can do this in the class. And we should create a trampoline that's uncontrolled. I like having both of those versions, and it gives level design options, and it also gives player choice. So I'm down for all this stuff. So we've got trampoline type 1 done. Let's work on the controlled one then.
So in that case, I will find this scene in the file system, and I will duplicate it. And you shall be called the bouncer finite. The first bouncer is infinite, but this one is finite. Okay,
yeah,
so
there should be Halo finite, not Halo infinite. I think that'd be actual.
So there are two ways I want to do it. So so here's what I'm gonna do. My what's the name? The little hamster is turning in my head. So I want these two trampolines to have different upwards forces. So the only proper way to do it is to have another variable in these trampolines that actually say how much force to apply in the up direction. So I will go here and I will create an export variable called trampoline power, I guess. Yeah. And let's set it to 1 by default. So what this export var does is it actually allows me to set the trampoline power here in the inspector. So when you add an export variable here, you are actually exporting that variable in the graphical user interface of Godot. So you can see it here to the right. So then, okay, so we have that trampoline power there. We're now going to go back into the character, and we're going to do some more programming there. So power equals body, which is now our trampoline. Because of this if, it detects if it's the trampoline or not. And what is the name of the variable? Trampoline power.
Trampoline power.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, now we're just gonna input it here so that it control. so that it controls the amount of force that the player is pushed upwards as. So one thing to note is that this is because our character is currently, where is it? Our character. Well, he doesn't have a material override, but because, so this bounce is 1. So that means that if you jump onto the trampoline, it will push you back to the same point as the highest point of your jump. So it's 100% of the force is reflected back. This is the infinite trampoline. So I think, so now I'm gonna go into the finite one, open the finite one, and I'm gonna modify that one here by making the trampoline power 1. Actually, I'll leave that one at 1. And I'll go back to the bouncer and make it 10, because title wanted both trampolines, the infinite one and the finite one. So the other thing I'm gonna go and fix on the finite one is
Wait, do you need to? You don't need to save another physics material then, right? You just keep it the same one. Correct?
I'm just going to check that. So I'm going to make it 0.95 here. I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to check if the material is the same. So it doesn't seem to be. Let me just double check by.
That's a funny thing with Godot, man, because like a lot of times we duplicate stuff and we end up having like a psychic link. You've now broken the mystery of the psychic link.
So the psychic link only happens in the same scene because this physics material is saved inside of the scene. So if you duplicate a scene, you break the psychic link. But we duplicated the bouncer into the bouncer finite version. Okay, so yeah, it's still 1, and the finite one is 0.5. So the reason why I'm doing this is I'm hoping through math that if you jump, say, 1 meter, well, if your jump height is 1 meters, then 1 meters plus trampoline power is going to push you to 2 meters, for example. But if you're jumping 20 meters and you push down, now you will only jump 19 meters back again, or yeah, 19. And then that other trampoline power is 1 meters again. So this, by making this bounce number 0.95 instead of 1, I'm actually ensuring that there is a finite height that the trampoline can push you, and it can't give you any more energy. While the infinite bouncer, because it's bouncing back 100% of the force, it can push you into infinity if you jump. That
about the infinite bouncer, then is there a way to put a slowdown just in case it doesn't, so that way it doesn't, like that way we don't. Oh no, you solved that by putting continuous CD on the Maybe. Infinite bouncer,
maybe,
or on the player. Okay, we'll test both of them, and I think that's what we'll call it for this video. So we won't keep it too long. Try to keep it short for people.
Yeah, I'm basically done, I think. So
okay, all right, fantastic.
You can try testing the game now. Oh, we don't have, yeah. So let's add both bouncers.
Again, you're making a lot of kids happy here. Hold on, let's go. Let me go back. Let me go. Whoa, let go for a sec. Let me go to the bouncer finite and let me change colors.